without judgment or fear, but curiosity and a sense of acceptance, right? And allow your awareness to spread out through your whole body. It tends to go right for the pain points, right? So you can observe those, and then maybe there's some points that feel good, some pleasure, the sense of pleasure in lying down and letting go. And then there's the neutral, right? The vast majority is neutral. There's so much territory in the body, and most of it is neutral. So let your awareness spread out to all the, like it, don't like it, and neutral sensations. And observe your breath. Let your breath lengthen and spread out throughout your body as well. So basically, where your attention goes, the energy flows, right, in the form of oxygen and nutrients and so on. So let your awareness spread throughout your whole being. And then we'll start with a little arch and flatten. So as you're ready, you turn one leg out, slide the knee out and tilt the knee up. Let that knee dip into the midline and slide the other knee out and tilt the knee up. And you can roll a little bit side to side on your sacrum and adjust your feet a comfortable distance from each other and from your buttocks, and your arms a comfortable distance from your body, maybe a little closer in towards your body. And then as you inhale, begin to engage your lower back muscles a little bit, lifting your lower back off the floor to roll your hips forward into a pelvic tilt. And then as you exhale, just slowly release that engagement of your back muscles and come back to neutral and observe neutral. So maybe even just with one, you have a flatter back after you release. And then inhale again, engage your back muscles, lift your lower back up, roll your hips forward like a rolling pin towards your sitting bone and tailbones. Let that go a little bit higher, perhaps, and towards your middle back as you're able. Observe the length in the back of your neck. Relax your neck and let it lengthen. And then slowly release as you exhale. And you can let this happen through several breath cycles. Don't try to totally match your breath, but rather go with what works for you. And slow the release and really feel the release. Let the release really solidify. And then again, inhale, you're engaging your back muscles, rolling your hips forward, back of the neck lengthens, front of the throat softens, pressing the sitting bones and tailbone down. And then slowly release that engagement, exhale, and come back to neutral. And take your time to really feel that release and be there and breathe. And just observe how you might have a little more sensation in the back, maybe a little closer to the ground, maybe flat. And then we'll do the flatten. So take a breath, and as you exhale, sink your lower belly towards your spine. So your knees might pull in towards each other a little when you do that, and let your hips roll back, pressing your lower back down. And your sitting bones and tailbone curl up, and your chin and shoulders lift up a little bit. And then as you inhale, slowly release that engagement of your abdomen and let your hips come back to neutral and observe neutral. So now you'll probably find a little curve came back into your back, which is natural. So once again, inhale to prepare. And then as you exhale, sink your lower belly down. Knees might pull in a little bit towards each other. And then find your middle belly by your belly button and see if you can sink that part down as well. And observe how your shoulders really start to lift up when you sink your middle waist down. Let your sitting bones and tailbone curl up. And then as you inhale, slowly release all that engagement and come back to neutral and reassess neutral. Take a breath. And one more time, take an inhale to prepare. And as you exhale, sink your lower belly down. Knees might roll in and tailbone, sitting bones curl up. Press the middle of the waist down and then come up to the lower front ribs. And as you really sink the lower front ribs, The shoulders will lift and the head will fall back. And then inhale and slowly release all that engagement and come back to neutral and reassess neutral. Taking your breath, we'll go back and forth. Inhale, you arch, rolling the hips forward into a pelvic tilt, back of the neck lengthens. As you exhale, just smoothly release all that engagement, come back to neutral. Take an inhale in neutral, and then as you exhale, sink your waist. Let your hips roll back into a pelvic tuck. Try to sink the middle and upper waist as well, so your head really falls back and your shoulders lift up and your tailbone and sitting bones curl up. And then as you inhale, smooth out that release and come to neutral. Exhale, and again, inhale, you go into the arch, engaging the back, release the front, and then exhale, release. Repeat a couple more times on your own. No problem. Yeah. It's a teeny tiny group, so it's all good. And then we're going to do one more variation of this with the hands behind the head. Okay, so interlace your fingers behind your head. And then as you inhale, start to roll your pelvis forward and press your elbows down and let your chest lift up. So it's a little stronger. And then as you exhale, you smoothly release and roll your hips back, pull your elbows in, lift your head up and curl up, looking towards your belly button. So it's arch and curl. Inhale, you release and go right into the arch. Roll the hips forward, pressing the tailbone down and the elbows. And then as you exhale, you start by just releasing the back, and then you engage the front and continue releasing the back, lifting the head, curl the tailbone up. So this is a pelvic tuck and an abdominal crunch. Inhale, you release. Go into the arch one more time. Roll the hips forward, press the elbows down, lift the chest, and the chin is tucked. And then you exhale, release that engagement, and then pull the elbows in, press the lower back down, lift the tailbone, curl the head up, engage the abdomen, and then smoothly release. And then go ahead and take your arms out to the sides, palms up, extend your legs one by one, and come back to Shavasana. Take a couple of breaths there. So you may already feel a little bit more ease and softness in your back body, ideally. Then we'll do some windshield wipers, somatic style. So go ahead and use your other leg first. So pull the knee out to the side to draw the foot up, lift the knee, let that knee fall into the midline, and then draw the other knee up and lift that knee up. So it's like a windshield wiper way to come up without using your back muscles. Walk your feet to the outer edges of your mat. Let's start with your left leg. So let your left leg tilt into the midline of your body into internal rotation. And observe how you roll a little bit to the outer edge of your right hip. And then inhale and raise that leg up and widen both your inner thighs. You can roll a little side to side. And then again, exhale and let your left leg, same leg, dip into the midline, rolling a little to the outer right hip. Now let the front of your left leg lengthen and your left hip come all the way off the ground as you reach a little bit towards the front right corner of your mat with your left knee. And you're now really on the outer right hip. And then inhale, you come up. And last time on this side, exhale first the internal rotation of the left leg. And then the length on the front of the left leg, the groin, the hip, the waist, so the left hip lifts. And then release the inner right thigh and go all the way into your windshield wiper. Take your arms a little bit higher so they're just below your shoulders. And then inhale, raise your legs up. You can roll a little side to side, adjust the pelvis and widen the feet to the outer edges of the mat. And then exhale, take the right leg into internal rotation, dip it into the midline and feel how you roll to the outer edge of the left hip. That's internal rotation of the right leg. And Let it be a slow, nice release. Feel the skin opening. And then inhale, raise the leg up and roll a little side to side. Come to neutral, widen the legs a little. And again, exhale, the right leg dips into the midline. And then you let the right front of the right leg release, let the right hip lift all the way up and reach a little towards the front left corner of the mat with your right knee. So you're really on the outside edge of your left hip. And then inhale, raise that up and roll a little side to side. And then the last time, right leg turns in, the front of the leg opens up, the hip lifts. You reach towards the left corner of the mat, and then you release the inner left thigh and come all the way down into that windshield wiper. And then inhale and raise your legs up. Adjust your feet maybe a little bit closer, and then exhale, let your legs release to the right, and let your head release to the left. Lift your left shoulder and turn your left shoulder, draw the left shoulder down towards the hip, and externally rotate the left arm. So lift the elbow up, and the palm turns towards the top of your head. Let your head release a little more to the left, and then release that arm and inhale, you come up. And you can adjust the feet each time if you like. Exhale, your knees go to the left and the head to the right. Lift the right shoulder and then draw the shoulder blade down the back and externally rotate the right arm. So the elbow tip lifts up and your palm faces towards the wall above your head. And that way you can really turn your head nicely to the right. And then release the arm and inhale, raise the legs and the nose up. And exhale, knees to the right, head to the left. And draw the left shoulder blade down and externally rotate the left arm, elbow up, palm faces the wall above your head. Let your head release to the left. Now lift your right shoulder and turn it in towards your chest. So your right arm is in internal rotation. So that's the wash rag with the arms. Release your arms and inhale, raise your legs up. And exhale, legs to the left, head to the right. Turn and draw the right shoulder blade down and externally rotate the right arm, palm faces above the head. And then lift the left shoulder and turn the left shoulder in towards the chest. And that'll give you even more freedom to turn your neck to the right. Internal rotation of the left. Release the arms, lift the legs, and change sides. We'll do this a couple of times. Knees to the right, head to the left. The arm you're looking at is opposite of the legs, and you're externally rotating that one and internally rotating the opposite. And you can go back and forth a few times. So you're doing windshield wipers with the legs and wash rag with the arms. The arms are straight. Yeah. Straight out to the sides. Out to the sides. Yeah. Uh-huh. No, everything's straight. Mm-hmm. Yeah. 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 So that one is in external. Yeah, go stay here. That one's in external rotation. Use the shoulder blade. And then this one comes into internal rotation. And that's the twisting of the wash rag. Mm-hmm. And then you release and do that on the other side. Yeah. And then when you feel complete, you can come back and rest in Shavasana and assess the situation. Was good? Yep. Yeah. Oh, yeah, we've done that. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Windshield wipers with wash rag? Yeah.
No.
Oh, that one. Yes. That's arch and curl. And that's also a somatic one. You never done that one? Yeah. And then there's one where you do one arm to opposite knee. Yeah. So we'll add those in because those are nice. Those are a nice addition, right? Kind of puts you in the mode, in the mood. Yeah. So then we're going to do our floor poses from the Yoga Asana Sangraha, and then you'll see how they kind of relate a little bit, right? It's moving with the hips and everything. Yeah. So roll the thighs in, bring the legs together, extend the front of the feet, bring the arms along the sides, palms down, from elbows, knees, arms, legs. And then as you exhale, sink your waist, lower belly to spine. And as you do that, you can let your lower front ribs sink a little and feel how the shoulders lift up and the head falls back a little, just like in flatten. And then inhale, raise your firm arms up over your head. And then release, that contraction in the upper abdomen so that you can get the lift of the chest, right? So you don't have to hold, and you want to kind of be mindful of what needs to engage and what needs to release. So the arms are overhead in Tadaki Mudra, knees and elbows firm, arms and legs firm. And then use the arms and the ribs, pull the ribs up away from the hips, and then use the legs to pull the hips away from the ribs. So there's a little more space between the hips and ribs. Let the back of the neck lengthen, front of the throat soften, keep the eyes soft. Let your breath be a little bit longer. And hollow your abdomen. So each time you exhale, let the abdomen rest on the back of the body. Remember that Tadagi means empty lake, and that refers to the hollowing of the abdomen, but you're keeping your arms and legs a bit firm, not overdoing. Next time you exhale, pull the belly in towards the spine from the elbows, knees, arms, and legs. Inhale, raise the arms up, and exhale, lower the arms down to your sides, palms down. Bend your knees one by one for Dvipada Pitam, two-footed stool. Turn your palms in. Lift your shoulders one by one and roll the shoulders more under. Scoot the shoulder blades together over the spine and extend the fingers all extending towards the feet. And you want your feet close into your buttocks, but not so close you can touch your heels. And you can see that you're in a pelvic tilt. If you press the outer edge of the upper arms down more, then the chest will lift a little bit more, the armpit chest. So as you exhale, pull your belly in towards your spine. So you'll feel that your knees pull in a little. And then pressing into your inner feet, inhale and raise your hips up. As you raise your hips up, let it be a gentle lift. And let the back of your neck lengthen and the front of your throat soften. Feel the firming in your hamstrings, backs of the knees to the sitting bones. And then take the sitting bones and move them a little bit up into the hamstrings, into the groin area, and towards the backs of the knees. So you lengthen your lower back a little bit. Keep the abdomen hollow and soft. Press into the heels a little to lift more towards the tops of the shoulders. And then coming down, keep your hips up, sink your chest, and lay your spine down, vertebra by vertebra, top to bottom. Elongate your spine as you lay it down. Elongate your back. And then release your hips. Let your hips roll forward into their neutral tilt. Pause and breathe. Turn your palms down and let your shoulders lift up and roll towards each other in the front of your body. So you separate the shoulder blades. Let your hips roll back, pelvic tuck. So sitting bones and tailbone curl up. It's like flatten. Lower back is down, abdomen is hollow. Exhale all the air out and then let your head and shoulders come up. Reach your hands towards your feet and look to your belly button. Nabi Darshan. Breathe here. And then inhale, release your head and shoulders. Turn your palms up. Exhale, extend your legs one by one. And then come to Shavasana and rest there. And then it's Pavana, Muktasana. Roll the thighs in, bring the legs together, bring the arms along the sides, palms down. Firm the arms and legs. Pull the belly down. Bend your knees one by one. Bring your feet flat, feet together. Roll the hips back, sitting bones and tailbone curl up. Hollow the waist and press the lower back down. Raise your right foot up. Flex the right foot. Interlace your fingers just below the knee on the shin. Let the right leg fall forward. Keep your fingers firmly interlaced and push your shin forward until your arms straighten. And again, roll your hips back. Head will fall back a little, shoulders will lift. Feel how your left foot can get light when you press the lower back down. Lift it up a few inches and then extend the left leg out onto the mat. Extend the front of the left leg at the crease of the groin. Take a breath. And then as you exhale, release your right leg and release the crease of the right groin. Release the lower back and the top of the hip away from each other. Let the leg fall into the abdomen. Curl the sitting bone up along the back of the thigh towards the back of the knee. So your hips roll back and compress your leg, drawing the knee up towards the chest. Exhale all the air out. Sink the waist. The shoulders will roll up. The head will fall back. Then lift the head and bring the chin, nose, or forehead towards the inner knee. So it's very similar to flatten, right? Arch and flatten or arch and curl. And then inhale, release your head and shoulders, keep the interlace. Push the leg forward until your arms straighten, your head falls back, shoulders lift, roll your hips back, pressing the lower back down. The left leg gets light, lift it up a few inches, and then bend the knee, place the foot flat, and change legs. Right foot down, left leg up, flex the foot, push the shin forward, press the lower back down. The head falls back, a little shoulders lift, right foot gets light, float the right leg out and lay it down. Firm around the knee and lengthen and open up the front of the groin. And then as you exhale, release the left leg, the crease of the groin, the buttock, the hips roll back towards flat, and especially on the left. Sitting bone curls up along the back of the thigh towards the back of the knee. Keep firming the inner right leg down as you deflate the left leg. And draw the knee up towards the chest. Exhale, sink the waist down. The head will fall back, shoulders will lift like in flatten or crunch. And then lift the head and shoulders up, chin, nose, or forehead towards the inner knee, and be here and breathe. Inhale, release the head and shoulders down. Exhale, push the left leg forward into the arms till the arms pull back, head falls back, hips roll back, right leg starts to lift. Lift it up a few inches, bend the knee, place the right foot flat, then the left. Take the arms out, extend the legs, and rest in Shavasana. Roll the legs down, bring the legs together for Supta Vajrasana from Tadagi Mudra. Bring the arms along the sides, arms and legs, elbows and knees firm. Exhale, sink the waist. Inhale, take the arms over the head. Keep the arms shoulder width, palms face up, or go wider and find that length in the waist. And then sink the lower waist down, sink the sides of the waist down, sink the front ribs down to the back ribs, curl the tailbone up, roll the hips back. And then bending your knees one by one, bring your knees up towards your chest, cross the feet at the ankles, flex the feet, hooking the feet, pull the knees apart. So you get that isometric contraction in the pelvic floor, which means widening the pelvic floor even as you contract it. And draw the knees towards the sides of the body. So the lower back lengthens. And be here and breathe. Keep sinking the waist down, sides of the waist and the lower waist. Change the cross of the feet, hook, pull, widen the pelvic floor, draw the knees apart and towards the sides of the body. Now inhale, raise your arms up, unhook your feet, and keep your arms on the elbows on the insides of your knees, which turn out a little, and then hold the outer feet crossing across the top of the feet and come to happy baby. Take your heels apart, so it's like a wide goddess type squat, heels over the knees. Push your elbows a little bit into the inner calves and knees to bring the knees apart. And you can give a little pressure down, heels towards the knees. And then go ahead and start to open your legs apart into a wide stretch, Upavishta Konasana. You can hold the outer calves or thighs or hold the outer feet. Good. Sink the waist down. Now bend your knees and bring the soles of the feet together and bring your feet up towards your chest. So your sitting bones and tailbone will curl off the ground. So it's like Baddha Konasana. Yes. And now pull the feet up towards your chest. Yes. And then down towards your chest. Yeah. As you're able. Yeah. Good. Now release and hug the knees in. Now extend your arms overhead and press your waist down and lower your feet down, keeping your lower back. So keep your knees bent and lower both your feet down. So you have to try to keep your lower back flat when you do that. And then extend your legs and come back to Tadagi Mudra. Firm your knees, firm your arms, firm your waist. Flex your right foot, point your left. Exhale, sink your waist down and raise your right leg up. Firm your knee, press the root of the thigh away, take a breath, and then exhale, lower your right leg down. Point the right foot, flex the left, exhale, sink the waist, raising the left leg up. Stay here and inhale, pressing the knee away from you, and then exhale, and lower the left leg down. Point the foot, flex the right, and raise the right leg up. Keep your back flattening down, and then exhale, lower, point the foot, exhale, sink the waist, and raise the left leg up. Firm the knee, firm the thigh, and then exhale and lower the left leg down. So the movement is both on the exhale, and the leg is coming up with the foot flexed and down with the foot flexed, and then you point the foot when it comes on the ground, and you alternate your legs. And then the next time your right leg is up, hold it there and breathe. Sink the waist, extend the front of the left leg, and point and flex your ankle. Keep your right knee as firm as you can. And then circle your ankle a few times in each direction. And then flex your foot and lift your heel up and take your foot closer to your head side. Inhale, raise your arms up and hold behind your leg wherever you can. A couple of breaths. Extend your arms back overhead and exhale, lower your right leg down. Sink your waist, point your right foot, flex your left. Exhale, raise your left leg up. Keep the left leg up, point and flex. Try to keep the knee as straight as you can. Circle the ankle a few times in each direction. Then you're going to flex the foot again, firm both knees, and press the inner right leg down, sink the waist, and lift the left heel up towards the ceiling and pull it back towards the head side a little. Pressing the right leg down, and then raise the arms up as you inhale and hold behind your left leg, wherever you can comfortably, and breathe. Take your arms back overhead, and exhale and lower your left leg down. Firm your arms and legs. Exhale, sink your waist. Inhale, raise your arms up, and exhale, lower your arms down to your sides. Very good. Okay, that's a nice little warm up. So we're going to do Supta Padangusthasana. Okay, so you can use something under your head if you like, and you can use the belt. Okay, so you stay in Samastitihi or Tadasana, lying down. Take the right knee to chest. Then wrap the belt around the ball of the right foot. Now, if you need to bend your left knee to do that, you can go ahead. And then you push the inner foot up, push both inner feet. So when you're here, you try to widen the pelvic floor and extend from the inner groin to the inner knee to the inner feet. And you can reach towards the foot, or you can have the elbows on the ground, whichever feels better for you. And press the root of the right thigh away. Let the left leg inject up a little. So you keep the hips square and you keep a little space for your pelvic floor. Be there and breathe. So roll the outer right hip and thigh down and away, down and away. There you go. That's not me farting. Somebody's doing something. Yeah, so you have to do this part. Yeah, try. And inject this up. Yes, that helps. Yes. Good. And then stay there. Yeah, good. Huh. You're good, Robin. Yep. This is what I did to Anissa. She was done that to me many times. I know. She had never had that before. Good. Okay. Now you may relax this foot. Yeah, a little bit like that. Yes. Good. Change legs. Okay, bend the knee, hug the knee to chest for a moment. Yeah. And when you do that, always adjust the pelvis so you're not gripping the pelvis, but you're deflating the leg and you're letting the back lengthen, right? So you're feeling the whole pelvic region. Then change legs and repeat. Other leg, change legs. Yeah, left leg, right? So you can have the right knee bent to get the strap on, right? And you can also hug that knee to chest first to adjust the pelvis, right? So you want to make sure your pelvis is even. And then widen the pelvic floor. Find your pelvic floor and just widen there. And find your inner thighs at the sides of your pelvic floor and extend your inner thighs to your inner knees to your inner feet. So extend the inner legs. And roll that outer left hip away from you and observe the right leg hip coming up into the socket when you do that. If you can feel that. Oh, this side's so much better. Yeah. And if your toe presents itself to you and you want to hold the toe, you could do that. That's fine. Yeah. So roll this hip. So you have to find this to press here, press the root of the thigh, even as you take the leg up. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Extend this a little. Yeah. Better on this side. Okay. So sometimes it's a matter of letting go. So often it's a matter of letting go. So often. So this has to come down more. This not so it's this has to this. So you don't want this hip to hike up and the sitting bone to go that way. So that's yeah. So think about that action. Yeah. Good. Bend the knee and release. Very good. We'll change legs. And this time have your blanket handy to the side of your hip. Okay. We won't go in right away though. We're going to repeat Supta 1. So you're going to take the belt around the ball of the right foot or start with the belt. Use the belt because you'll most likely want to use the belt here. And that way you can organize your hips more, right? So start at perpendicular. The belt is around the ball of the foot. And then roll the outer right hip and thigh away from you and see how that you can let the left hip hike up a little when you do that. So both your hips are even more. Push the ball of the foot into the belt and widen the inner thighs, right? And extend. And then take the right leg towards the head side a bit more. Then you can go a little bit across and tuck that blanket underneath your hip, right hip. And so it angles in towards your tailbone and a little out on the outer hip side. Keep the leg a little closer to your head as you're able. So a little bit more towards above your hip. And then you slowly go out to the side and go out just a little bit till you can feel that blanket. Move your left leg a little more out to the side. Right hand has the belt. Sorry. Yeah, we're Upavishta 2. You always go from 1 to 2. I mean, generally. So you're opening the inner thighs. Now turn your right foot down so you can get more external rotation in that hip. Right? And then as you go, you can let it even out a little bit. But feel the extension from the inner groin to the inner knee to the inner foot. And move your left leg a little more out to the side. So you feel a little opening more in your pelvic floor area. You can rest your elbow on the ground. Your right thigh is on the blanket. And you can go a little wide. So widen your pelvic floor. Like pay attention to your pelvic floor and widen. So here. You can go a little lower like that. Mm-hmm. Yeah. And you're working towards there. Yeah. Am I breaking you? Not yet. Good. And if you need more support, you could use that too. Yeah. And it's a little more restful. Yeah. Right? And then
it's supposed to be restorative.
Yes.
If you forgot.
We haven't gotten off the floor yet. That's the biggest prop of all. Right? So it does mean some engagement. Sometimes, usually it means some engagement. You can do sometimes where there's no engagement. That's a little bit more yin-like, but which is fine too. But sometimes you want to, have a little action, but you're trying to find more letting go, right? That's the idea. Okay. The blanket is to support your pelvis. So it's just a little easier. So if you come up, and you don't have to have it, right? But it's just for more support. Now you can bend your elbow and rest your elbow on the ground for more support, right? So you can use more or less support, right, as you wish, and extend the inner leg. Yeah. So the turning of the foot down is just to get that external rotation of the hip initially, but then you want the foot to be neutral. Yeah. There you go. And this foot can point just a little so that you get, so the leg that's down, don't over point, but it's more so that you can get more of the back of that leg down, right? Instead of hiking it up, right? So, yeah, exactly. Yeah. Good. And then when you come back, then you know, push, pull, take the leg back, hug the knee to chest, adjusting your hips and legs so they're neutral, right? And then you are going to change sides. Now deflate that leg. Yes. And as you do that, this has to come, this has to come, this part away, the top of the hip away from the lower back. Does that make sense? Well, don't engage too much. Release more. Like, and deflate. Compress. Yeah. Okay. Change leg. Good. So it takes some time. And, you know, because, you know, there's a lot of bits in your pelvis that are totally, you know, most of the brain is connected to the body. Like mostly it's for working the body. And when we get older, the things that are getting disconnected primarily are to the body, right? So the more you connect your brain to the different parts of the body, the better. I mean, puzzles are good too, but I'm telling you, this is better and more important. Yeah, because because your nervous system gets disconnected, and so you can't organize that bit anymore. You know, you lost connection, so everything gets disorganized. It's sensory motor amnesia, and there's so much of it, right? So much of it. We don't even realize the extent. And as we get older, I'm finding it in myself. Like I need to do this not because I want to be strong or flexible, because I want to stay connected to my body. Yes. Exactly. Yeah. 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 So before you go out to the side, take a moment in Supta 1. Sorry, I got distracted. Okay, so stay in Supta 1. And then what you're going to do is push up into the belt, right? And then lift the leg higher, right? So you want to get a little higher first. Means closer towards your body, means not perpendicular, but more than perpendicular, if possible. Then you take both sides of the belt. Actually, you take both sides of the belt in the right hand, so you can take your leg across and tuck your blanket under if you're going to use it. Then you take both sides of the belt in the left hand and go just a little bit out, so you feel that opening in the groin and your buttocks on the blanket. Now move your right leg out to the side, quite a bit, you know, so you can feel that widening of the pelvic floor. And then find your inner thighs where they attach to the sides of the pelvic floor and extend from there, especially on the left, but also on the right to the inner knees and to the inner feet. Then you can rest the elbow down if you like. And you'll just be here and open that space. It's like, you know, let the sun shine in there. You know, really, you know, it's like airing out a little drawer that's never been cleaned in 20 years, you know. All right, so let us. No, well, it's just this one's tight, so it's hard for you to go higher than that, which that's okay. But what I'd like to see is a little more like that. Yeah. Okay. So that's what I mean. Like that's why you have to take a leg higher. Otherwise, it's kind of pointless to go out to the side. So you have to be at least perpendicular. Okay.
Yeah.
And then you can bend this elbow, slide your hand. Okay. Yeah. Good. Yeah. So it's so good. So for me, I can stay like this for 5 minutes, you know, and be happy, you know, and that's what I'm encouraging you to do. That's why this is restorative. Like, take some time here. Yeah. Because it takes a minute to unfold. It takes a minute for the muscles to stop panicking and then the connective tissue to open and the juice to flow and everything to get aerated. Yeah, and then you breathe into the shape. And when you breathe into the shape, you pump the prana You pump the blood, the lymph, the nervous system signals is more like at the pranic level, right? Bioelectric magnetic energy, that's what it is. It's like being awareness, reconnecting nerve signals. Okay. So then when you're ready to come up, you press the right thigh down, turn the waist to the right, push, pull, left leg, left arm, and inhale, come up. Good. And bend the knee and adjust your hips before you do that. So yes. So bend your right knee maybe too. Get your hips neutral. Yes. Yes. And then stay here, right? Relax this. Breathe and relax. So think of flatten, just inhale and exhale and don't harden, but flatten. And when you flatten, it just falls. It just falls, right? But if you engage here, engage and pull, it's not so beneficial. Yeah. Yeah. And you're not alone. Nobody's even, some are more uneven than others. And some bits of us are more uneven than other bits. So, but that's the subtlety of the practice is getting more and more subtle and less gross, right? Less, huge moves and more subtlety of awareness. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah. Good. Okay. And then release. And then we're going to do the twist. Okay. So the first twist, and we're going to come out and repeat instead of doing both twists at the same time. You can see how that feels for you. If it's not good, then you can repeat the one we just did. Okay. Or just go a little bit and see how it feels. Okay. The deep twist, it depends on what's happening, what stage, how it feels. So sense it for you. Okay. All right. So then the next one, you can take the right knee to chest with the left knee bent or not. And then you take the belt around the ball of the right foot. Right knee to chest. I don't know if I said the left knee. Right. Okay. So then come to perpendicular and soup to one. Roll the inner left leg down, extend the front of the foot a little and firm around the kneecap. Press the root of the left thigh down. Press the right hip away, the root of the right thigh away. So your left hip draws up a little. So basically you want to get neutral in your pelvis, right? And then take both sides of the belt in your left arm, extend your right arm out to the side. Now, instead of being perpendicular, go a little less than perpendicular, and then start to go across your body. And maybe go 10 degrees across and press the root of the right thigh away from you. So you feel more length on your right side waist when you do that. And then you can slide your hand down and bend your elbow and rest your elbow on the ground, the level of your shoulder. So there's a push-pull. And you don't have to go very far. You can stay at 10 degrees. You can go to 15 degrees. Try to keep from collapsing your pelvic floor. It's more, you don't want to be so low, closer to perpendicular. There. And keep your left leg in Tadasana. That's the main thing. Yeah, and then you're not. No, you're trying to sink your waist as you go. Now slide your hand down and rest your elbow and push pull. Push here, pull there. Yep. Try to be here. You could also rest your elbow on that bolster if that's better. And turn your hand like that. Right. And try to find a little, like it should be relaxed. Like don't spite it too much. Find something that's like more peaceful rather than something that's gargantuan. Like there. How's that? That's where you are. Okay. And see if you can not collapse in the inner thighs. Yeah. Even as you go across. Yeah. Better. Okay. And then inhale, come up and bend the knee to chest. Relax the foot. Relax the groin. And when you bend the knee to chest, let it be a release, not so much of an engagement, a deflation, not an inflation. Okay. Change legs. left leg. Yeah, good, Susan. Is it something loosening?
Yeah, I mean, I keep it up.
Okay, so then when you can do less of that, you can,
Yeah.
explore why that is like, it's an engagement, see if you can release, see if you can release. Yeah. Uh-huh.
Lower back.
Okay, so lower back it has a natural curve, right? But it's neutral, ideally. It's more neutral. So let's see. So you get your left leg up. So no, it's your waist. It's the waist that's working. These are all abdominal exercises. It is your waist, not your lower back. Waist means your abdomen. Yeah. Okay, so your left leg is up. Your right leg is straight out and a little pointed. Okay, now you take the belt in the right hand, extend the left arm out to the side, press the left hip away from you at the root of the thigh. Let the right leg outer hip draw up a little. And then you go across. So my left, so my left buttock is coming off the mat. My sacrum is on the mat. My back is on the mat. I'm not rolling to the outside edge of my right buttock. I'm right on the flat of my right buttock. Okay? Yeah. Yes. There you go. See, this side's much more intuitive. The other side gets like really wonky. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Sorry.
My butt cheek is like flat.
And lift this up away. So you don't hike the hip up, but just don't collapse this onto the other thigh. Try not to. I mean, it'll touch a little, but don't just collapse it. You know what I mean? That's good, Robin. Yeah. 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 I have to do it in order to you say it because I'm like, I don't know. Let me check. Okay. And this stays in Tadasana, right? So it's not too big. It's not too big. It's it's less. Sometimes less is more, right? You kind of explore that. Okay. When you feel you've had enough, you come back up. So it's kind of interesting to explore these, right? Yeah. That's what I'm saying, to do these on your own. I love these. These are like my favorite thing in the world. So then we're going to, I love yoga. I do. So now have like a block handy to rest your foot on, or a bolster might be nice, so that you don't go, here's 2 blocks. You don't go all the way down, okay? And you have blocks, here's blocks. So we're gonna do the twist all the way to the outside edge of the hip, okay? So I can show if you wanna see. I think you know, but so you're going to lift your hips, move your hips over. Actually, no, wait. First, you gotta get the belt on. Yeah, okay. Now you move your hips over to your, counterintuitively, you go to the right. So the leg that is lifted, you move the hip backward. Extend the left leg, and then you're going to roll all the way to the outside edge of your left hip and foot. And then you want the block to rest your right foot on, and you move your left shoulder to the left, right shoulder to the right. And then you roll the outer right hip and thigh down and away and try not to collapse. And here you'll have a support also. So you're all the way on the outside edge of your left hip and foot. Okay. And you hold with the opposite arm. Hold with the, yeah, it's a twist. Yeah. Perpendicular if you can, but less is okay, not more. And flex the bottom foot so you can feel that sort of Tadasana action. And then you're working towards it up high. Yeah, good. Okay. Yeah. And then your rib cage and chest are turning to the right, even as your waist and hips go to the left. Yeah. Top of your left foot. Yeah, so you're on the outside edge. You have this hip and this leg all the way. All the way. Wait, what? Well, look, If it wasn't restorative, you'd have to hold your leg up. You got a lot of support. And these are so important. I mean, look, you could do all this standing. That would not be restorative. That's why I love these, because you can do them lying down and then you get so much greatness out of it. So good. So good. Turn the palm up. Go ahead and relax that shoulder. Mhm. Like that. Yes. And be up towards the shoulder and then relax and hold maybe like that with the palm. Okay. Head to the right a little, Susan. No, don't turn it. Yeah, there you go. So you're in the center. Yeah. Yeah. Good. So don't turn your head. Just keep your head neutral. Yeah. Just so you can really explore this shape, right? And this would flex in this one because it's kind of like you're standing. Yeah. And then you can push that back. Exactly. Yeah. And then this way. And then this a little down. Turn the palm over the shoulder and bring the ribs. Yes. Yeah. Okay. So like that. Okay. I'm never leaving. The shape. Yeah. Yes, exactly. Okay. And then you can do whatever you need to do. And we do the other side. Generally, a knee in is good. And when you take the knee in, you let go of the grip in the buttocks and all the places where your groin and everything. And then you do the left side, same thing. Right? So stay there, Susan. Relax here. And let come away a little with the leg so this hip can even out. Yeah. Relax your arms. Take a breath. Exhale, sink your waist. So don't pull with your arms. Don't pull with your leg. Just let that release. Okay? Yeah. And then you're going to do the other side. I'll come back. Come in. I see your pregnant belly. I'm just teaching. So, but Deborah must be on her way. You could use the bathroom. Yeah. Morgie, you could use support under your leg if you want it more restorative. That's what we're doing. Because I mean, it's up to you, but yeah. I'm gonna put this hip a little more. Yep. There you go. Okay, and then this down. Yeah. You want to feel that length? Right, not that. Yes. You feel that? And now relax. Turn this hand up. Yeah. And let it be relaxed. It's very effortless, actually. And we're working towards effortlessness. You know, like there's some engagement, there's some release, but it's relaxed. Because if you're like, there's no prana flowing, right? You got to let the prana flow, the juice. Good. Yeah, because you're moving energy. So if you're locking your joints, yeah, a little bit, but not, you don't have to overdo it. Yeah. Yeah, but relax the effort. Yeah. Because in general, you in the beginning you engage, maybe over engage a little, but then relax so that you can be in the shape, keep maintaining the alignment more and more effortlessly. You know what I mean? Yeah. Yeah. Good. Yeah. This side is the yeah. Yeah. Good. Just a little more. This yep. Not a little more that way.
Oh, gee.
Mhm. Okay. See, it takes a minute, right? That's that's why we do restorative. So you get the time to find the shape and get more peaceful in the shape, you know? Yeah. Right, because it's back to sort of a more expansive, neutral shape coming out of your patterns, right? Coming out of the patterns. We all have. We all have patterns. I mean, that's who we are. I mean, we're basically a bunch of patterns and habits and likes and dislikes. That's what we call me. So the more you shine your light through all the crevices and open up, the less your stronghold of the ego, right? You don't have to like, oh, it doesn't have to be this way or that way. You know, it's fine, whatever it is. I'm not, I'm not in charge here. So then do inhale, come up, and exhale, release. Yeah. Okay. Now, take a breath and yeah, let that go for a minute. We're going to do soup to one proper. And then we'll do a little hip pumping and then we'll do the soup to four. Okay. So they kind of build on each other. So when you're ready, you'll take your right leg up, roll the left thigh down, lift the right leg up and towards the head side. Use the belt or hold the foot. Press the root of the right thigh away. Let the left leg drop a little into the hip socket. Take a couple of breaths. Try to get the right leg as close to your body as you can without force, right? And then you're going to hold both sides of the belt or your big toe in your right hand and bring your left hand on your thigh. Exhale, sink your waist. Let your head and shoulders curl up and bring your head and shoulders up towards your knee. Yeah, reach your right hand up as high as you can on the belt towards your toe. And let your right leg come closer to your body. A little bit point on the left leg. Yep. Callie, you can hold the big toe for this one. You don't need the belt. Yeah. Yeah. So this is soup to one proper, right? Well, this is like the full pose. Yeah. I know. And then inhale and release. Now, you're going to bend your right leg out to the side and roll the right thigh out a little bit like Baddha Konasana, right? So your knee comes way out to the side. And then reassess your foot so it's more like you're standing on the ceiling. And you can hold the outside of the foot or the belt or the big toe. I think outside of the foot is best. And then you pull that knee, the heel down. So it's like half happy baby, right? You can let your left leg roll up a little, but you're pressing that knee towards the ground. Yeah, pumping it a little. Yeah. There you go. Good. Let your leg roll out to the side more, Susan, like Baddha Konasana. Yes, turn the leg into external rotation any amount. There you go. Now take the heel over the knee as best you can. Now, yeah, you can let it roll up. Yeah, it's okay. Yeah, you're working towards resisting it a little, but at first you want to get that open first. Now see if you can pull your heel more back towards your head side, Susan, and in towards the center of your body. Yes, keeping your knee where it is. Exactly. And then you pump from there, right?
Work for my arm.
Uh-huh. So it's like that.
No.
Okay. All right. And then,
Where that hip is really.
okay. And then a little down that way. And you can let this roll up. Okay. But you're trying to keep that heel over the knee. Yeah. Good. So we do this standing sometimes called the lizard, right?
You want it all the way down there?
You could. Yeah, you can kind of play around so that you don't just stay stuck, right? Yeah, and try to keep it's there. Yeah. Okay. Good. Now When you come back, bend your left leg and bring your right ankle on top of your left thigh, sitting cross-legged like a man sits. Now, press the heels of the hands and the roots of both thighs. Do you know where both those things are? Okay. Press the, do you know where the heel of the hand is? Okay. And the roots of the thighs. Okay. So the root is really at the root, right at the groin. Yes. Yes. So you press equally away. Now, take the right hand towards the mid right thigh, press it away, turn it out, and press towards the knee. Right? And then you get a little closer towards the knee. Okay? Then lift your left heel up and sink your waist, and then take your left knee in towards your left shoulder. Bring your right hand in between your legs. Yeah, lift your left foot off the ground. Right hand in between. So it's, this figure four. And then rock a little, the baby, side to side. So when you rock to the left, you're going to feel more right buttocks, right? And when you rock to the right, it's a little relief, but you can walk your left hip a little more down and then your right hip more down. Do you know what I mean? So you get more length in your lower back. Right foot's a little flexed. You can see if it makes you get less of a turn in your leg, then relax it a little more, right? So you kind of explore. Now, as you're rocking, hug your left knee closer and closer in towards your chest. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. And then release slowly. Good. And extend both your legs and take a rest and roll your legs in and out a few times. Okay, Susan?
Yeah.
Yeah, where the piriformis is gripping. Yeah. Okay. Now we do that on the other side. So Supta Tadasana, firm the legs, right? And then pressing the right leg down, raise the left leg up, sink the waist. You can take the belt around the ball of the foot, root the inner right leg down, press the left hip and thigh away so the outer right hip draws up. Press the ball of the foot into the belt and take the leg closer to the head side. So you lift up and then take it towards your face. And then you can either hold the big toe or you can hold both sides of the belt in your left hand as close to the foot as you can. And then exhale, sink your waist, roll your head and shoulders up, reach your right hand towards your right knee, and bring your left leg closer to your head side. So this is the complete Supta Padangusthasana #1, super deluxe model. And then inhale and release your head and shoulders down. Now bend your left knee and turn it out to the side like Baddha Konasana. Really externally rotate it and bring it towards the ground. Then flex your left foot and hold the outside of the foot like you did for Happy Baby with the elbow on the inside of the leg, right? And then you pump the knee down towards the ground and you can let your right hip roll up a little, right? And then you can try extending the front of your right leg and groin as you do it. Yeah. Yes. So if you press your elbow into the knee, that'll help you bring it out to the side. Yeah. And then you pull straight down. Then you release, bring it back in, bend your right knee. You can let go of the belt and bring the ankle on the thigh. So you're sitting like a man. Heels of the hands and the roots of the thighs. Press both thighs away and then travel your left hand along the thigh towards your left knee to open that left leg out to the side. And then you sink your waist, raise your right foot up, bring your left hand in between, right hand on the outside, interlace your fingers on the right shin or knee and rock your baby side to side a few times. So feel that, you can walk your hips a little down away from your lower back as you rock. And then as you rock, you can start to bring your right knee closer in towards your chest. You kind of sneak in that way. Yeah. Relax your right foot, Robin. Yeah. Yeah. And try to bring, as you roll more side to side, roll more to one side, roll more to the other side. Roll. Yeah. And as you roll, sneak your knee closer in. and push your elbow into the other knee. Yes. Yes. So you can kind of explore there. Very good. Okay, and then release. Good. Now take a bolster and a blanket or two, and you're going to prep yourself up there. Here's your bolster. You have a bolster. This one is not as good. You can have this one. Okay. Yep. So you're going to lay with your head and shoulders on the blanket. Yeah. So you can have like your shoulders on the bolster and your head on the blanket. So it's like this beach pose. there's several different beach poses. This is one. So you should be looking towards your legs, not up towards the ceiling. You have a strap. Yeah, it's fine. Yeah. Okay. Now you take your right leg up, elongate your lower back, take the belt around the ball of the right foot. Push the right thigh away, reach up as high as you can with your right hand. Okay. Keep your left leg bent for now. Actually, go ahead and take your right leg as close to your body as you can, right? And then go ahead and straighten your left leg out and reach your left hand towards your left knee. So this is like soup to one, right? Deluxe, right? But we're supported in the head. Okay, so this is going to take us to the next one. Now bend your left knee, foot flat. Now take your right leg out to the side and turn it. Yeah, that's it. And pull the leg down. See if you can get the knee all the way to the ground. Yes. There you go. Yes. Let your hip come off. Let your left hip come off, Robin. Yes. Pull your right foot more back towards the rope wall. Yes. There you go. Good. Now release. Come back to the back of your left buttock and bring your left foot close to your right foot close to your left shoulder. So with the belt, pull the right foot close to your left shoulder. Yeah. Now see if you can hold the belt and take your arm behind your head. Your right arm behind your head, and the belt is around your right foot, and it's coming around your left ear. Yeah. Now reach your left arm up and see if you can get your right foot in the crook of your left elbow. Push your foot more towards the left, Robin. Push, yes, yes. And up towards the ear. Yeah. And if you can, you hold the big toe, right? And you rest your head on your arm. And then roll the right hip and thigh away from you as you're there. Roll the right hip and thigh. Yes, stay there, Susan. Good. So you want to take this elbow here, there, like that. Okay, and try to extend the inner foot. Yes.
Okay.
There you go. Good. That's it. Yes.
Take their right hand
Yes.
to their.
And then you roll this away. Roll this away. Yes, as you're able, and this up towards the shoulder. And then you straighten this leg. That's it. You don't have to go all the way straight, right? It's just like playing around in that zone. Yeah. Yes, that's it, Robin. Try to lift it up to here. Yeah. Yes. Well, eventually
No,
you,
don't straighten line.
okay,
Okay.
just a little, halfway straight,
Okay.
right? I mean, it's
Okay,
not like you're
okay,
going
yeah.
right from
Right.
1 to 10, not like a Tesla.
Don't say that word.
I know, nobody likes it.
Testing or you're trying
I
to
know,
get-
it's good. Oh, are they? Oh,
Sound-
good.
sound-
Oh, good. Okay. Yeah, there you go. Yes. Okay, you can come out. Now, when you come out, just, I know. Now keep the belt on, keep the belt on that leg, extend your left leg, and then just for a moment, take your right leg out to the side. Yeah. Hold as close to the foot as you can. Use a little arm. Keep your elbow off the ground. Right elbow. Yes. Press your left leg down and turn your waist to the left. Lift your leg higher, Robin. Don't go so low to the ground. Go higher to your ear. Higher up. Yes. That's better. Good. And then inhale, come up. Bend your knee. You can hug your knee. Okay, we'll do that on the other side. Now, but we have to first push the bolster away. Or you can scoot down away from the bolster. That might be easier. Okay. So keep both knees bent. Take your left leg. You can hug the knee to chest and then take the belt around the ball of the foot. Left leg up, changing leg, right? And you take your leg as close to your body as you can comfortably. Take both sides of the belt in the left hand or hold the big toe. And then extend the right leg. And exhale, sink your waist, curl your head and shoulders up, and take your head towards your knee, right hand to your right side. Okay? So this is super deluxe. We didn't do this on this side, right? I don't think so. We did?
No.
No. Yeah. Okay. Press your left thigh away, draw your right leg up into the hip socket. Also, draw this leg up. Yes, a little bit. And then head towards the knee towards the head. Inhale, release the head and shoulders down. Now, you turn your left leg out to the side, right, like Baddha Konasana, and then you flex the foot, right, and then you pull the foot so the heel is over the knee. Your right hip can roll off the ground to get the left knee down, and you can kind of rock a few times. Yes, good. Try to keep your heel over your knee, Susan. Yes, and push your knee away. Use your elbow to push your knee away. Yes, like that. Externally rotate. Yes, good. Then bend your right. Oh, we did that already. Oh, yeah. Okay. We did that. Yeah. Okay. Good. Now we get up on the post. Oh, yes. Now, okay, we don't poop out just yet. Left leg up. Oh, that's right. We were supposed to do it. We didn't do that? Wait, you know what I forgot, you guys? We do this with your head and shoulders on, this part. This part with the head and shoulders on. I forgot that. So that's what I meant to do. Then you take the knee out to the side. I think I did that other part. Yeah. So now you take, yes, like that. Okay. Then you can bend your right knee, bring your right foot flat. And then when you take your left foot across, you turn the knee out like you're going to do Baddha Konasana or something. Push that knee away. Yes. Then you can change how you're holding the belt. You're going to take your left arm behind your head and pull the foot towards your right shoulder and then try to get the foot in the crook of your right shoulder. And then you right elbow. Yes. And then you lay down. So your arm overhead is your pillow, and then your left leg is your blanket you're pulling up. I lost my ability to my train of thought got lost. Yeah. It's going to be under right ear.
Oh, that's why.
Yeah. And then bring this arm all the way overhead.
Oh.
Yes. And try to have it under your head. This arm under your head. There you go. Like that. That's it. This leg is on the ground. Yeah. And then you reach right here.
Yeah.
And then you're trying to bring this up here. There you go. Like that. Yes. And roll the right hip and thigh away from you, even as you raise the foot up towards the shoulder, like that. Okay. Now you just scoot your right foot a little forward. Here you go. Yeah. Yes. Good, Callie. That's it. Yeah. 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 Yeah, right. No hip replacements in this group,
No.
okay? Yeah, Susan, it's easier on this side. Yeah. Right. And then eventually you do it without the support, right? Without you, so your head is resting on your arm and you let your head start to go down towards the ground. Yeah. Okay. Good. Release. Okay. Oh yeah, and then out to the side. Yeah. That's it. Left leg out to the side. I forgot that one. to the, right, so it just relieves it. It's a little relief. Yeah, and you can open the right leg out to the side a little. Good, and then inhale and come up. Now release. Now we'll just, I'm gonna do a little hip opening thing before we do our final relax. So that's it, and we did it. So the hip opening, what I want you to do is, it's like a variation of supported bridge. So just take your bolster sort of close to your buttocks, and then you lift your hips and put the bolster under your buttocks and just sit on it for a moment, like with your whole pelvis on it and your knees bent. So it's very gentle. And you should think about allowing your abdomen to hollow and spread here. So your hips are elevated and you have a little lift of your chest, like bridge. But don't harden your lower back, right? Just let your sacrum release. And then when you feel ready, you can just scoot yourself back, or you can lift up and move the bolster a little forward. So it's more under your tailbone and the top of your pelvis rolls back. And then you extend one leg and feel that opening in the front of the groin. And then you can bend that leg and extend the other leg, or you can go to both legs straight right away, right? So you can kind of explore there. Just let the front of the groins open a little bit. Mm-hmm. And then when you feel ready, you'll roll back. You can scoot back a little, let your knees fall into your chest, and then come over. So we're gonna rest in supported bridge. And you can just do it in the middle of the room. You don't need the feet at the wall, or if you prefer that, that's fine. But you're gonna have a horizontal bolster for your torso and a flat, and then another bolster vertical for your feet, okay? And then you can belt your feet, or you can be at the wall. No, a supported bridge. So it's like, pretend this is a bolster down here, and you can have this one a little higher, right? And then I'll show you how you can just belt the feet here. Just make a little loop for the feet. You'll see, you want your how high. So basically, oh, my belt isn't really working, but anyway, it's just like this. So you want your shoulder blades tucked under. You want the right amount of lift for you, not too much, not too little, because this is we'll be here for a good 5 minutes, okay, or more, depending on how you like it. But I did this because I was too lazy to get another bolster. So if you have another bolster, you can just use that. If you need a blanket under your head and shoulders, you can take that. Yeah, totally. And I'll help adjust you. Yeah. So first bend your knees and then lie down on that bolster. Yeah. And catch your shoulder blades and get your shoulders down and head down. And observe if you need a blanket under your head and shoulders or not, but your shoulders should land, Callie, all the way. Yes, like that. Yes. Now you can put your feet up on that. And maybe it's a little far away. I'm going to give it to you a little closer. And the foot thing, my belt was coming off. So I'll give it a little tighter. And then you can kind of relax a little. I don't know if it's helpful. Better. Yeah. And then just relax your arms. Yep. Flex your feet a little bit. Push out through your inner heels. Like that. And then release. Yeah. Okay. I don't know if the belt's helpful. It might be better on your shins or calves. Is it okay? Yeah, don't need the belt. So bend your knees, bring your feet flat.
Problem is I'm working too much to make my back flat.
Um,
Otherwise.
Right, well, you're not
it's
in this,
hurting me.
this, so you have to scoot back towards me. Lift your hips to do it. Yes, so you fall, your chest falls this
Okay.
way. You're trying to catch your shoulder blades a little bit, like that. This is the important thing. However, you're too much this side, so lift everything up. And you lift. Now you're more in the middle of that bolster. Okay. And maybe you need that a little higher. Hmm? Yeah, I think you need more height here too. Lift is here more, and then just relax. And if it's still too high, then this is too high.
That's why I wanted to. Run.
Instead of that, yeah. I mean, you can definitely do that. How is it now, though? Uh-huh. Okay. So then the idea is to lift the hips up and open this after all that we did. But if you're feeling it, then let's do a blanket there instead. Yeah, come down. Maybe 2 blankets. Got this just now. Sit at the front. Okay, now lie down. Keep your knees bent. Now, lift your hips and scoot your body back until your shoulders fall down. So you try not to walk your shoulders, right? You try to
do this.
lift your hips up and slide. Yes. So this catches the shoulder blades like that. Don't straighten your leg. Just be here. Because this takes you a minute. Now, how does this feel? Not good. In your lower back. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Can you just lift up a little and scoot forward? Yeah. Actually, come up. I want you to try it one more time. Okay. Sit here at the front of this blanket. Sit at the front. Lie down. Keep your knees bent. Lie down. Now, lift your hips and push yourself back without walking. Yes, there. Stay there.
Yeah. You're catching your skin.
Yes.
Yeah.
So it's this lift
Yeah.
trying to get.
Okay.
So you're right. One blanket. Now, bring your feet here. Lift your hips a little and elongate there. Okay. So this stays long and this releases. How's that for you?
Yeah.
Well, we can see.
Yeah.
Good?
Mhm.
Okay. That's your pose. Yeah. Good. That's fine. If that's what it takes.
Yeah.
But the opening we want is here.
Yes.
This to lift and this to lengthen. Yeah. And if you feel you need more, you can have 2 bolsters. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Mhm. Is it okay for you, Susan? Is that okay?
Oh, yeah.
Take your glasses off. Is that too close?
No, feels like there's no food.
Yeah, because your whole body's going that way. that okay?
Okay.
Just be here for another minute or so. When you feel ready to come out, you'll slip the belt off and then bend your knees. Bring your feet flat on the ground. Pause for a couple of breaths there. When you're ready, you will widen your feet to the width of the bolster, lift your hips and pull the bolster out between your legs. Push it forward through your legs. And then you can just lie flat on your back. You can have your knees over the bolster if you want to turn that around and rest. And, or you can have your feet in Baddha Konasana up on the bolster. So either way, a couple of breaths there. Or cross legs, yeah. Mm-hmm. Okay. And then just bring you can explore a little bit. If you have cross legs, change the cross of your legs. So you could do cross legs there, Robin, instead of Baddha Konasana. That would be better for you, probably, right?
Mhm.
Yeah. Try to let the legs release all the way. Don't force them, just release the inner thighs. Good. And then when you feel ready, you bend your knees up one by one. You can keep your feet on the bolster if you like for a moment, just so your back has a chance to release a little bit more. And then roll to your side and rest there for a couple of breaths. And when you're ready, you'll come to sitting. Take your time. And take a seat and close your eyes and sit for a moment and settle into your asana. Actually, next time what I'll do is we'll do somatics again at the end, those same ones. And then we kind of close that sandwich a little bit, which is nice. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, exactly. And you can take the Namaste Mudra, lift your heart, and we'll chant 1 Om and 3 Shanti to close. Take a deep breath in Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Peace for the body, peace for the mind, peace for the spirit, peace for ourselves and our families, for our communities, and for our world. Namaste. We have to be the peace. So we've got to do our yoga.